Every week, we bring you stories of athletes who inspire us.
Central Catholic basketball player Malachi Miller is an up-and-coming star in the Valley Oak League, learning to play basketball alongside his brother. Our sports reporter Parker Ream shows us how that brotherly bond made Malachi the person he is today.
Shooting around at Mellis Park in Modesto, Malachi Miller's goals are clear.
The league's there, then yeah, go to the league, but I want to be the best me, be the best basketball player I could be, the best person I could be.
In the past, he used his brother Cedric as motivation because the only goal at the time was to beat his brother in basketball.
Trying to beat him made me better because he was like at the top, so I wanted to go up there with him too, and I knew if I could beat him, then I could, really give anyone buckets.
As the rest of the Sac-Hi section has learned, he can, in fact, give anyone buckets. Malachi averages 19.3 points per game for Central Catholic this season and led the Raiders to the SJS Finals.
Seeing the athleticism at a young age was something I recognized right off the bat.
Malachi's drive to be the best was learned on the court and taught by his brother Cedric.
Malachi looked up to him because every day of Malachi's life was with him.
I started to look up to him. And when he played sports at Malachi, I wanted to play sports at Malachi. Yeah, I wanted to do all that. So he's a big role model.
Malachi started playing sports just like his big brother at Modesto High School in 2019, but struggles in the classroom halted his athletic career.
I got cut from the team because I had bad grades, and me and my dad just started working.
Working both on
and I saw the progress working.
And off the court.
You can't play basketball without the grades, so he understands that. As hard as he is on the basketball court, he works that hard in the classroom.
Navigating life alongside his brother, Malachi's path to success was clear, even though Cedric's own road had become foggy.
He did a really good job of keeping me out of it. Like, I don't want to go places with him not knowing what's going on, and he wouldn't let me go.
Cedric fell in with the wrong crowd, but by keeping Malachi away from the bad, he saved his little brother's life, but he couldn't save his own.
The worst day of my life. The worst day of my life. I still trying to process it to this day.
On November 13th, 2020, Cedric Miller II was shot in his car and died later that day. Malachi learned of the news and called his mom in New Orleans.
Heartbreaking, really. Like, no one ever wanted to tell. You don't want to call your mom and tell her son died.
Malachi's dad, Cedric, found out at the hospital that day.
Obviously just shock and disbelief. Happened to be around the corner from a hospital. Went there, and then the sheriff told us the worst news of my life.
2 funerals were held, one in New Orleans and one in Oakland. Malachi and his dad attended both.
It was a hard moment. I had to watch my little sister cry. And someone else go comfort her because I couldn't really comfort her because I was crying too.
The path that Malachi began on that seemed so clear was suddenly shrouded in sadness with his role model gone. But Malachi did not fold. Instead, he channeled the emotion into basketball.
I started grinding even more, trying to hoop in his name.
And I feel like basketball is what gets him through. Without it, who knows?
Hooping in the name of Cedric, while continuing to carve his own path.
It's still very tough, but he's helping me a whole lot. Watching him perform and seeing his perseverance is therapy for me, and I'm sure it's therapy for him as well.
With Cedric II's memory living on through both Malachi and his dad.
All I have is my kids. I live my life for both my sons. All I have Malachi and Cedric. That's all I have.
Channeling that memory through basketball and reminiscing about those old days at the park.
The last time we were here, actually, was Cedric's 19th birthday.
Yeah, I always get flashbacks to when we used to do stuff here, trying to get my first dunk or trying to even beat him on the court.
Because whether it's competing on the section's biggest stage or out at Mellis Park, Malachi's big brother is watching over him.
I know Cedric's looking down on Malachi. He's looking down right now like, I remember that place.
Leaving Malachi looking up to Cedric in a new way, knowing he'd be proud of who his little brother has become.
He'd know that I did the work to do this, but yeah, he'd be proud.
Reporting in Modesto, Parker Ream, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Central Catholic lost in the first round of NorCals this week, but only a junior. Malachi will be back next year and look to take the Raiders even farther and make his big brother proud.
I'm sure he will.